Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Laurel and Hardy's movie, Big Business. Now, this is most likely going to be the last episode for this year's Christmas special, so I want to thank all of you who have been supporting and watching the videos. It does mean so much to me. Now, this is possibly my favorite short or movie from the boys. It is so good. It is so funny. Now, we have Ollie and Stanley. They are two Christmas tree salesmen who get into one of their unusual, or maybe usual because it happens a lot, these fights. This really funny fight while they're trying to sell these trees. When I first watched this, I thought this was so hilarious because of the escalation. I thought it was a genius idea to basically have these two men doing their regular job selling Christmas trees door to door, and then finally accidentally, because they didn't on purpose get into a fight with the guy as a homeowner. It was such an accident, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse and more extreme to a point where it's just absolutely crazy. And it's such a good movie, only 19 minutes long, but full of so many laughs. I've actually made videos on this movie before. I've even visited the first home that the boys really visited. It's still standing, and it's really cool. You can actually go visit it. It's a regular home out in the world, and so it's pretty cool. It's not on a sound stage or anything like that. I won't be talking about that home, but it's mostly the second one, and the fact that there's maybe lies going around in terms of what actually happened to the home. Well, there's a disagreement between both Hal Roach and Stan Laurel. Now, if you don't know, Stan Laurel is not only the actor in the movie, but he's pretty much the brain and the genius behind a lot of these gags and stunts and just physical comedy, because he wasn't only kind of the dummy on the actual movies, he was the actual brain behind the scenes who was really, really good when it came to coming up to all these scenes. Because in case you don't know, Hal Roach, the head guy who made a lot of the films for Stan and Laurel, said that the crew demolished the wrong house during filming. Now, Stan Laurel completely contradicts this, and some may say that maybe one of them is lying. Maybe one of them fabricated the story to make this a little bit more of a big deal than it is. But according to Stan, the guy who owned the home was employed at the studio and worked on the film with us. So, those are two different things. Which one sounds better? Of course, that the crew demolished the wrong house. And I hear this a lot. A lot of people write this in the comments to my videos that, hey, did you know that they essentially demolished the wrong house? But this was really crazy, because if you go, it makes a lot more sense that this is not what happened. That the fact is that, yes, the guy who owned the home was employed. They even gave him some money to kind of recuperate what was destroyed and get everything back to normal. Do you understand how crazy it would be to demolish the wrong house? Which, again, doesn't make any sense at all, because if you're doing that, there could be court cases, they're suing. Imagine if someone did that to you, right? So it makes more sense that there was an agreement and they did it to the right house. But I guess Hal Roach has a little bit more, and this is my guess, but he has a little bit more skin in the game and saying, hey, if I make this story a little more elaborate, it can draw more attention to the movie. It's all publicity, of course. Now, here's another myth that was really crazy that I'm surprised that people still talk about. Again, there's a lot of myths out there, and I'm trying to debunk a lot of them because it's not great to have them out there. But there's a myth that says that the boys are not doing well at selling these Christmas trees because they're doing it in the month of July. Now, who would sell Christmas trees in the month of July? But if you actually watch the movie, there's nothing at all on the screen that would support that this is happening in July. If you look, they're actually wearing heavy coats. That indicates that there's cold weather, and in fact that it is winter. Now, they filmed the actual movie in December of 1928, but remember, they filmed this in Los Angeles, California, in Culver City, which is a small little city in Los Angeles County. And of course, the weather is going to be warmer in LA. I live in LA myself, and I know it can be a little chilly, even for sweater weather or even overcoats. Yeah, because if we're used to it, We're not used to this chilling, snowy weather, but still, it makes sense. There would be no reason to put snow on the ground. They could have done it, but remember, this was 1928. This was so early in filmmaking. And so this is why you may ask yourself, why are there still leaves on the trees? Because it was LA. It wasn't New York or any really snowy city up there. So I hope this answers some of the questions about this movie and debunks some of these myths that a lot of people have been talking about. I hope you have a very lovely, blessed, and Merry Christmas. Thanks to all of you for the support, the love. We'll see you all next time. And don't forget, everyone, be hopeful. A really big thank you to all my Diamond tier patrons: Jerry D, Stacy L, Scott R, Citizen Kane 359, Jennifer P, David D, Kevin K, Sally N, and Vito L. If you want to be on this list or receive exclusives as a great way to support the channel, visit my Patreon description below. Thank you.